Desiree, can you tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up on keto and carnivore?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm a mom. Okay. And my background is I was an educator for a long time. I was a homeschooler, things like that. I own a couple businesses now. I'm licensed for life and health insurance. I don't do any health insurance. I just do life insurance and investments and things like that. Right.
Okay.
And then I just started a medical billing company specializing in
Oh, wow.
chiropractors. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I
Cool.
just took on a
Yeah.
partner for that. Um, I'm 100% natural mom. Okay.
Okay.
And I don't take like anything but supplements myself. Okay. And
Okay.
I've been like that for many years. But when I was in college, and particularly in graduate school, I got diagnosed with a BS learning disability just because there was
Mm,
words and symbols and things like that I didn't understand.
mm,
And I was put on a psychiatric drug for like a week. I just went, oh my God, this is so stupid. Like, I don't even believe in this. Right. Plus, I didn't
yeah.
notice anything. I
Yeah.
wasn't looking for like, a quick way out or anything like that. Not that that is the case, for some people. But anyway, I've had lifelong issues with my weight. As a young child, when I was like probably
Mm,
kindergarten or first grade or something like that, I had a lot of attention on my body. And I'm of Italian heritage. So I grew up absolutely
mm.
loving food. My mom was a great cook. My mom never had a weight problem. Okay. It was
Oh,
my
okay.
dad who had a weight
Mm,
problem. And I always was really conscious of my body. And when I was in, I don't know, maybe seventh or eighth grade, I remember, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm not like, not like young or anything like that. But I do have a 13-and-a-half-year-old. But
mhm.
I remember being in eighth grade, really having a lot of attention on my body and thinking, I'm just going to like not eat. Right. And I
Okay.
remember drinking like diet soda, I swear to God, for an entire week. And I didn't care because I
Oh
was
my,
losing weight and I could wear
yeah.
white shorts, tuck my shirt in, and I didn't care. Right.
Yeah.
So that progressed to when I was in high school. I remember I was like, oh my God, I like got overweight and I didn't like it. And I'm not athletic or anything like that, but I could run and I used to run. And then
Mhm.
I got very much into doing an exercise class with at this really good gym. And
Yeah.
I looked good, like I lost weight and stuff like that. But then I did more dieting. Okay. And I
Mhm.
got down to what now I would say would be my ideal weight, but I never was satisfied. I never
Mm,
appreciated it. I was
mhm.
always starving myself, always doing something stupid. I didn't even drink coffee until I was in my mid 30s, literally. I couldn't take like any kind of stimulant. I remember one time I did like Herbalife and or
Yeah.
something. I can't remember. No. I remember what I did. I did diet pills, right? So
Okay.
I did fen, right? And oh my God, I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. I swear to you. That's the only time I never had attention on food ever
Okay.
on
Okay.
that. And then it got pulled from the market, right? And then it was like you had all these horrible health problems. And I was like, I was in college or graduate school. So I was like, okay, well, that didn't work, right? And then
Yeah.
I would lose the weight. You know the cycle. You lose the
Yeah.
weight, you gain it back, you feel horrible about yourself. And
Mhm.
I was obsessed with everything. I lived for food, right?
Okay.
And at some point after I had our son, I was just like, I remember I lost all the baby weight. First of all, I didn't gain much weight with my
Oh,
son,
okay. All
which
right.
was really nice. Actually, the doctor said to me that I needed to gain weight. I'm like, what? I was like,
That's
can you
terrible
write that
advice.
down? I wanted
Yeah.
to put that on like my fridge, I was like,
Yeah.
nobody's ever said that to me.
Yeah.
But it was the only time in my life that besides taking fen, I had no appetite. I wasn't at all trying to starve myself. I ate very
Right.
healthy. There was only a few things that I ever wanted. Like
Yeah.
I would have fresh organic green juice. I would have
Okay.
sprouted organic bread. I would
Okay.
have organic at the time. I would have organic local honey with almond butter. And I'm talking, I would have half a slice and I would have that. And then
Yeah.
I was full, right?
Okay.
I would have occasionally a Greek salad, right? So nothing bad or anything.
Yeah.
And I gained a total of 19 pounds in my pregnancy. Our son was perfect pregnancy, full term, no
Oh.
issues. It was great, right?
Yeah.
And then I stayed home as a nursing mom, right?
Mhm.
And then I was eating all the time. So in 6 months' time,
Oops.
yeah, I was like, oh my God, for my son's christening, right? I was like, oh my God, I look terrible, right? And after that, I was like, that's it. So, of course, what do you think I reached for? Do you think I reached for like, oh, I'm going to go eat really healthy? Not at
No.
all. I
Mm-mm.
reached for some dumb program that was like a meal replacement program.
Mm.
And at the time, my husband was studying to become a holistic health coach just for us. He didn't want to
Oh,
do it
wow.
as a business, but we were older
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
He just wanted to do it for our son because I was 100% natural with Dylan. Okay.
Okay.
He was on the Weston A. Price raw milk formula, which I made fresh every single day. He was like an amazingly happy baby, slept well, great teeth, no problems.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. He was on that till he was almost 6.
Oh,
But
wow.
me, yeah, yeah. But me, I was like reaching for every quick fix that God in God's green earth. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like called the first personal diet or first, I don't remember, ideal protein. So
Okay.
it had so much crap in it. My husband looked at it one day and I was starving myself. I am telling you, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I wasn't nursing anymore and I
Yeah.
didn't care because I like got down and looked like, I was like, whoa, oh my God,
Do
finally
you remember
again.
how much you were? How much you weighed at that time? We all talk
Yeah.
about our weight here. Hey, if you don't want to.
I'm kind of one of those people that can weigh more than what people think I can.
Oh,
Or
okay.
what I do. So,
Sure.
I
Okay,
don't
fine.
want to say.
You were
It's
just
like an ancient Chinese secret, but I lost quite a bit. My
okay,
stomach
great.
was flat. My waist was small. I could tuck everything in, wear a belt. I was so happy.
Wait, this is on the primal program, on the protein, whatever it was called, the first protein
Yes.
program, but you were
Yes.
starving yourself.
I was really hungry. I can tell you that, but I would drink a lot of coffee. Okay. They knew my name at Starbucks. Swear to God. They're like, oh, you're back. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's easy to find excuses for that as a new mom. I was a stay-at-home mom.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, whatever. So after that,
Mhm.
I didn't gain the weight back fast, but I gained it back slowly. And then of course, the fad after that was HGC, right? So I'm injecting myself in my stomach. I'm deathly afraid of needles. And my husband's like, Desiree, this is like crazy. He used to diet with me too, but of course, you know how men are, right?
Yeah.
He was kind of like a girl in the fact that he'd be like, oh my God, I gained 10 pounds, and he could lose that fast. And he was also very athletic where I wasn't, right?
Okay.
I would work out, but I wasn't athletic, right?
Okay.
So I did that. And then after that, I found another program. Okay. Because after that, I was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. Mm-hmm. Then I found another program that worked pretty good for me. It was meal replacement. The ingredients were really good. My husband totally checked it out. Okay. And it had intermittent fasting on it. Right. Okay. They taught you how to do it and you drank certain things and the ingredients were overall really good. Now I had a very high level of success with that. But again, I was hungry at times.
Right.
Okay. We were living in Southern California. That's where we're from. Then we moved here to Florida when our son was 5.5. And it was the first time I had gone back teaching with our son. Right. Okay. It was crazy. I couldn't do I was teaching all day, having my classroom. It wasn't like an ideal scene for me. Mm-hmm. Okay. I had middle school. It was a private school, an amazing school. Our son was there, but I couldn't keep up with the program that I was doing because all of a sudden now I had to be on a strict schedule for school and I was whatever. Mm-hmm. So at a certain point after I gained that weight back and I looked good then, I felt good. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I felt pretty healthy. Okay. So at a certain point in time, I just kind of gave up. I'm telling you, I gave up. I'm like, you know what? Okay. I'm happily married. I have a great kid. I pretty much like my life.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe this will never happen for me without starving myself. Okay.
Sorry.
And then I know. And then it was very interesting because a very good friend of mine, I talked her into carnivore and I was shocked. I talked her into carnivore because another good friend of mine was telling me all about it. Yeah. And at the time, I didn't like meat. I liked chicken and that was it. Because of course I'm on carbs, pasta, all that stuff. And I'm a foodie. I love food. I'm Italian. I like to cook, all that kind of stuff. So, and sweets, very into sweets. Okay. Okay. So in February 1st of 2023. Okay. I started carnivore.
That was 1 month before me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And I was pretty overweight. Okay. So overweight that I wouldn't weigh myself. And my friend that I was doing it with, she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, I'm not weighing myself. I pretty much knew how big I had gotten and it was big. Yeah. Okay. And I would never take a picture and put it on Facebook unless it was like this.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
All those little tricks and stuff like that.
And that makes you look skinnier from above also.
Absolutely. I knew every trick, right?
Yeah.
So I just decided to take a completely new approach. And what is it called again, Aaliyah, when you first start carnivore, the first 2 weeks where you eat the 3 meals? Priming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So my friend Christine, which I know you had on earlier. Okay. Yeah. She taught me a lot. Okay. And I listened to her because I was on all kinds of different Facebook groups for carnivore. And I could see how some people were not they had misunderstandings on what carnivore is. People that would be like, oh, I'm doing carnivore and they're putting sugar in their coffee. They're having what really annoys out of me is when I get on all these carnivore groups and somebody posts a recipe and it's not, and they're like, oh, this is this amazing chocolate mousse. I'm like, how is that carnivore? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if somebody wants to put sugar in their coffee, who cares? Right? Whatever. Yeah. But it's the other thing that really bugs me. Yeah. So anyway, I only focused on just eating. I had dairy. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't cut out coffee.
Okay.
I didn't do organ meats. I don't like them. Okay.
Okay.
But I got really into steak, butter, eggs, bacon, the element, electrolytes,
Yeah.
right? I never once felt bad.
Wow. That's
I
awesome.
never, yes, it was amazing because I never once felt bad. And I also lost my addiction from here up to food. I
Mhm.
never, I used to be addicted to stevia. I never
Mhm.
from day one did anything in my coffee but butter or MCT oil and heavy cream. I
Okay.
didn't care. I
Yeah.
never have been back on sugar since ever.
Wow.
And I don't care.
Yeah. That's
Like
awesome.
I lost all my, I would say, psychological or mental addictions with food. Somehow that really got healed. Okay.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I never ever thought about cheating because I ate till I was full.
Mhm.
If I didn't care about eating 3 meals, 2 meals, 1 meal a day, I didn't know anything about intermittent fasting. I bought a couple books, but I just couldn't get through them. Right.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who now I know that really needed a coach. Right. And I
Okay.
used to go to Christine quite a bit and ask her
Mm.
this, ask her that, and whatever. And
Yeah.
I watched, I even had a consultation with, oh my God, what's his name? Not Dr. Bright, but what's
Oh,
the,
okay.
not Bright.
Anthony Chafee?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Love
Awesome.
him.
I love him
Love
also.
him. He's actually from the San Diego area where we used to live.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. At one time, I think he went to college there, or medical school or something like that. But anyway, we knew a lot of the same places. He was fantastic. And he was like, oh my God, it's so awesome. You had your son on the Weston A. Price Foundation formula. And he knew all
Oh,
about it and thought it was
that's
great and all
awesome.
that stuff. So he was great. And I wasn't doing anything that I shouldn't be doing. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I would eat cheese. Right. And he's
Okay.
like, hey, I don't eat cheese, but hey, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And like I say, I followed Bella Steak and Butter Gal.
Okay,
Right.
good.
And
Mhm.
also Dr. Bright.
Okay.
Okay.
All
And
of them
then,
are great. They're so
yes.
great.
And then what's Dr. Ken Berry? Love
Yes.
him.
Mhm.
And then what's the girl that he always has on, My Zero Carb Lifestyle?
Kelly Hogan.
Love her. Love her. So I felt great. Like occasionally I would have a zero carb alcoholic beverage, very
Okay.
occasionally. That was
Okay.
my cheat, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I would have lost more if I wouldn't have done that. But again,
Sure.
my emphasis was on, I want to feel good.
Right.
I want to do this. And
Sure.
it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet for me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I hate when
It's
people think
not
it's
a
a weight
diet.
loss
It would
diet.
piss me off when people would say that. Oh, your
Yeah.
diet. It's not your diet. Not for
Yeah.
me.
Right.
Like I could do really well. Right. So I had over this last year, we had a series of life events, a couple of
Okay.
things that were a really big deal. Okay.
Okay.
And I had a family member that was in the hospital for a total of 6 weeks and we lost another
Mhm.
family member.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was a really hard time. I never fell off carnivore. Okay. And when my family member was in the hospital for 6 weeks and in the ICU, I never left the hospital. I was there. I had to move in. I stayed.
Mm.
And it wasn't possible for me to be on carnivore. Okay. Like that.
Okay.
I was ordering
Yeah.
in all my own food
Yeah.
and having groceries delivered and things like that. But I never through all of the holidays, this happened the day before Thanksgiving all the way until January 2nd.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
It
Oh my
was.
goodness.
It was rough, but it was fine. And I'll tell you something. I really feel like I handled myself very, very well emotionally and
Mhm.
mentally, and I don't know how else to say it, but
Yeah.
because of carnivore. Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
never ever turned to food for that. And I didn't
Mhm.
need to because something changed in my body because of
Okay.
carnivore.
Interesting.
So I found it to be very interesting. And I've read a lot of the studies and I wouldn't say the studies, but I've read a lot of the posts on the various carnivore groups about mental health, about
Mhm.
getting people that are schizophrenic, people that are on psychiatric drugs, all of those types of things. I've read how carnivore really helps those. And I can see that. I never felt like that, but I
Yeah.
can tell you, I had my own stuff going on.
Mhm.
Like I handled my own craziness with food by
Mhm.
just healing my body.
Right. Yeah.
Especially the
Mhm.
hormones. And I never had any female problems. I
Okay.
got pregnant at 40 with
Okay.
no problems.
Okay.
I had a perfect pregnancy, a great delivery. Okay. And our son was great.
I know he's a teenager.
Yes. So you guys can figure out my age by that. But, so
I
what's
will
it help?
remind how old you
55.
said.
I'm
Oh.
55. I
Oh,
just
wow,
turned
you look
55.
great.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
feel good. I have tons of energy. I've never had sleeping problems or anything like that, but I've definitely had energy problems.
Okay.
Okay. But I always push myself really, really hard. I'm somebody who I get up early in the morning. I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really driven and motivated and stuff like that. But what happened was during the whole hospital stay,
Yeah.
I had different foods and stuff like that. But again, I think the key for me is I never, ever went back on sugar. Okay.
Okay.
But when we got home, okay,
Mhm.
it was like we missed all the holiday stuff. Like I was eating like more like keto in the
Okay.
hospital. Okay.
Okay.
And I think I maybe gained a couple of pounds, but it was nothing. Okay. I was like really proud of myself. So
Yeah.
then I got into this thing with my family member because they were like, oh my God, we missed all the holidays. We need to have this. We need all our traditional stuff. Right.
Sure.
Well, by end of January, okay, I knew I was gaining weight and
Okay.
I'd gotten back on unrefined carbs. Okay.
Okay.
So like almond crackers, I love those,
Sure.
right? Like those Simple Mills ones, I love those. Just
Okay.
like take a tip from me, don't go to Costco and buy the box, okay? Don't do it.
You can't. You can't. All that stuff, you're just gonna eat the whole box. Who eats
Trust me,
one
I did.
Oreo?
I ate many of them. But like I say, I was really proud of myself because I never got back on sugar. I think that would have been very fatal.
Right.
So after a couple months, let me see, it was February, and I was still dealing with a lot of stuff with my
Sure.
family member that was totally fine, but still recovering, right? It was
Okay.
something that was an acute illness. It wasn't anything that was, long term, but it was
Okay.
still a crazy cycle,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So anyhow, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this isn't good. Okay.
Mhm.
So I tried to get back on carnivore.
Mhm.
And I had stomach issues. I'm not a person that
Oh,
ever has
wow.
stomach issues or anything like that. I felt like I couldn't process the fat. And before I was eating a lot of fat. That's what I
Right.
loved.
Sure.
I would
Yeah.
cut up my ribeye and I would go for the fat first. I would put a lot of fat in my coffee,
Mhm.
So I had, turns out, a bunch of friends who had done this other program that was loosely based on keto. But I
Okay.
had many friends that did it that didn't necessarily need to lose weight, had an equal amount of friends that needed to lose weight and ones that didn't need to lose that much weight, but
Okay.
needed to heal their body, had
Okay.
gut issues,
Yeah.
had mainly gut issues, hormone issues, things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm postmenopausal.
Okay.
And didn't have any problems going through menopause either.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. So jealous.
Nice. No,
So
it was
jealous.
really nice. Yeah, it was nice. But as I've gone through this other program, it's called the Better Body Health Program, because like I knew I wasn't going to be able to, after 2 attempts to get back on carnivore, I was like,
Yeah.
something's going on here. And this other program called Better Body Health, you have a health coach that's basically every single morning I check in with her. Her name is Nikita. My body, I send her, like I had leg cramps. Okay, a lot of people know leg cramps. It's potassium or salt or whatever.
Right.
It wasn't that for me.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
wow.
she debugs all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I, of course, starting that program, I started March 18th.
Okay.
And I had to confront the scale and I had to weigh myself.
She made you. She made you.
I decided to do it.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I decided,
Good.
like, and I am telling you, because she's like, well, what do you think you weigh? Well, I was about 20 to 25 pounds more than what I thought I weighed.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's shocking when that happens.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. But you know what? I'm like, screw it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to do this. Right.
Yeah.
And I'd looked at this program before, but I was like, oh, I don't like it.
Okay.
And then I kept finding out more and more of my friends had done it, and more
Yeah.
people that I knew had done it, because I
Okay.
would see them and they would look like physically so much better. You know how somebody can lose weight and
Yeah.
they don't physically look
Right.
a lot better?
Yeah.
I really find with carnivore, people look so much better physically.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like their
Yeah.
skin looks better, their
Mhm.
hair looks better, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be 4 months on the 18th of this month. Okay, what's today? The 7th?
Yes. Today's
Okay.
the 7th. Yeah.
So I am almost down 50 pounds.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's a success. That's awesome.
Huge.
And basically, that's huge. Yeah, that's huge. That's more than I've lost on carnivore over a year. Over a year and a half.
That's more than I lost on carnivore too.
Oh,
I know
okay.
kind of where I got down to, and I'm
Yeah.
about 15 pounds. I would say I'm about 15 pounds down from my lowest point on carnivore. Maybe 10.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Okay.
10.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's great. I think you got to do whatever, like, I'm not a stickler. Like, you have to follow this no matter what, or you're not in the club. No, I want somebody to like feel good and what works for them. Like what works for
Yeah.
your body. I don't.
I eat the vegetables that I eat are all the non-nightshades. What is that term called, Aaliyah?
I don't know. Non-nightshades, like low oxalates.
Yes. So I
Okay.
don't eat oxalates, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. So what does your eating look like, more or less? Are you allowed to tell that secret, or is it only? Oh,
Not a
okay.
secret at all. It's an
Oh, okay.
individualized program, but everybody kind of does like, it's a version of keto, but it's pretty
Okay.
strict keto, I guess. Like you don't have any dairy except for heavy cream in your coffee, and it's 2 tablespoons for me. I think it's
Okay.
based on weight. Nikita would have to tell you, because I know some of my friends that weighed less than me and had less to lose just
Okay.
do 1 tablespoon of
Oh.
heavy cream a day.
Okay.
But it also could be a hormone thing. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
But I learned so much because I actually did have hormone problems. I actually did have gut issues. Basically, and I'm sure you already knew this. I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but I wasn't ever having like, any like problems going to the bathroom or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But I did have a lot of bloat. Like if I look at my picture before, and this is something my friend Christine was showing me, she didn't have a lot of weight to lose. Right. But when she was showing me her before picture, and then obviously I see her all the time, like she looks so young. And she has no bloat, and she has like no, and she had some like, I'm sure she talked about it. She had a lot of inflammation issues and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did too, but it wasn't like anything like debilitating for me. But I also learned to live with it. I had I had a couple problems with my left foot and things like that. I don't have that anymore.
Oh, wow. From this program that you're doing.
Yes. But I also lost most of that on carnivore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Carnivore is amazing for just like reducing inflammation and body problems and aches and pains. And I love that.
I'm so grateful to carnivore. I love it. It was like the perfect sequence for me to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I probably, if I hadn't had to kind of go off of it for such a period of time, and then when I dove back in, I was like just ready to like, I got to take the weight off. Right.
Right. Yeah.
I'd probably still be on it, but I learned doing it this way. Right. So the goal is I learned how to do intermittent fasting. Okay. Yeah. And I get up to 5.5 days of fasting now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Absolutely love it. I have sleep so well because you do it right. You take a nutritional yeast drink. I do it as a drink. People can put on their veggies or mix it in with their eggs, but I do personally 4 times a day. The nutritional.
Oh, wow. While you're fasting, when you're during your fast.
Also every day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's part of it. When you're fasting, you're just not having any food. You have the nutritional yeast drink 4 times a day, an apple cider vinegar drink. I do it 4 times a day.
Okay.
You have all of your supplements, right? And she just really worked with me on my supplements for, like stress and things like that, the hormones, because I gained a lot of weight in my stomach, which I never had before.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. That's all hormones. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I wasn't like really thinking with that. I was just thinking that, well, there's no other place to gain the weight. It's got to go somewhere. So that's more like flat stomach, small waist naturally. Right. And I can, I haven't anything in yet, but I still have 40 pounds to go.
Okay. All right. How tall are you?
Almost 5'5".
Oh, okay. All right. So you're a little taller than I am. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're having success with this program. I think it falls in the spectrum of the proper human diet. And what's more important is getting people back onto the proper human diet. That's what Ken Berry calls it. It's anywhere between keto and carnivore. And people, the standard American.
Sorry, that's how my camera's going everywhere.
There's the cat.
Hi, cutie.
Oh man, can I say I think this is related to carnivore. I used to be terribly allergic to cats, like horribly allergic.
That makes sense.
My sister gave me something in November when I was visiting her in Clearwater, but that helped. But she had so many animals, so many cats, dogs, fur. So I took that and that helped. But so I don't think that cured my allergies though. But when I got a cat recently, I was preparing. I'm like, oh my God, we got to figure this out. The kids want a cat. I wasn't allergic. I'm not allergic at all. I'm not allergic at all. It's crazy.
My understanding of when you have allergies, it's liver that you need to, I would use milk thistle or something. Come on, cutie. Jeez, get out of here.
Oh, interesting. Well, somehow my liver is doing great then.
Yeah, that's really good. I take milk thistle every day. That's part of my supplements, right?
Oh, okay. To help. I have heard that milk thistle is good for that. I think there's an Eric Berg video about that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. The program that I'm doing is, I would say, based a lot on Berg's concepts for keto. But I never did keto before because I couldn't figure out, I didn't want to figure out the micros, the macros, the this, that.
Oh, man.
I don't have to do any of that.
That's great.
You start off with 3 meals a day, no snacks. You don't eat after 7 or drink anything after 7.
Okay. Water? And you can drink water?
No, unless you're really, really thirsty. I drink a ton of water during the day. One of the things that happened to me when I drank water after 7 a couple of times was I stayed up really late. And my coach, Nikita, said, water keeps you up. You have a salad every day.
Okay.
Okay. Like a cup. I can't remember the cups because I don't do the salad anymore because now I'm doing a soup that I make with organic broccoli, organic cauliflower, organic grass-fed chicken broth, a stick of grass-fed butter, and organic
Your
onion.
Your soup has a stick of butter? Oh, wow.
Well, you make a big pot. You make a very big pot of it.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it in glass bottles and I put it in my fridge and I have 1 to 2 cups, right?
I just want to say you're lucky. I can't eat broccoli. Like I can't.
Oh, I love broccoli.
Oh, you're so lucky then.
I put it in my eggs. I made an egg scramble the other day.
Yeah.
With eggs, onions, everything organic, the good eggs, onions, chopped up broccoli and bacon, sugar-free, like good bacon. It was
Yeah.
so good. And before I would have to have cheese in it. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. It was so
Yeah.
good. You just put a lot of butter, you know?
Yeah. It sounds
was
very
great.
good. I mean, I always tell people I'm jealous. I can't. Oh, no, I can't.
That's all right. I have a lot of zucchini. I
Yeah.
love yellow and, you know, the green and the yellow zucchini. I do a lot of asparagus, right?
Yeah.
I got burnt out on lettuce and making salads. I don't want to
Sure.
make salads. And it's like, I've lost weight. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I have a lot of
So-
ribeye.
Oh, good. That was my next question. Like, what's your protein? What's your
Ribeye
protein
every
and
single
fat?
day. I just
wow.
bought, I went to Sprouts last night and
Yeah.
I found 5 or 6 really good ribeyes and I put it
Yeah.
in my, actually my toaster oven, right? I did it this morning. I sliced it up.
Yeah.
I put, you know, good sea salt on it and I throw butter in it and I put it in because I was out and about today and I have like a little cooler and I take with me.
Yeah.
And when I'm not fasting, I really try and do just 1 meal a day and I feel a lot better. And I'll tell you something, my appetite has shrunk so much and I've really found that I can eat such a much smaller amount of food and have so much more energy. I used to think I needed to eat so much food to have energy. It's the opposite now.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
at all. I'm not done with the program.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm still on the reduction. I don't know what you call it, like the first phase where you're losing whatever you need to lose. And then you go to maintenance and you add in other things. You can add in the dairy if you want and you see how your body does, but they
Sure.
just add in one thing at a time, you know, because this is a way I'm going to live for the rest of my life. You
Right.
know, I feel like
Yes.
I got the final piece of what I actually need. I don't have any attention on food anymore. I go out to dinner, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not being addicted to food is so freeing. Like on the carnivore diet, if you're on the carnivore diet, you don't say this, but I think people off of the carnivore diet think it's so restrictive.
It's
And
not.
It's like the
It's
opposite.
so
because,
not. Anywhere you go, you can get a steak
oh, it's right.
or a burger.
No, but they like the concept being you're not allowed to eat so many different foods, like the 6,000 different foods that are destroying your body.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? But
Ugh.
it's so the restriction is so freeing.
Yeah, it's really funny because I'll go somewhere, right? Especially
Yeah.
when I was on carnivore, I will go somewhere and someone's like, oh, you can't have that. I'm thinking, you can't describe to another person who's not on carnivore how much you don't care.
Right.
It's not real to them. They're like,
No.
oh, you can't have that. I'm like,
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. I have absolutely no desire. I absolutely love Italian food. I love raviolis, all that stuff. I have a fabulous Italian restaurant around the corner from our house.
Yeah.
I don't care. I went to a really good in Clearwater. It's our very favorite restaurant in Clearwater. This is
Yeah.
Italian. And I just had them make me steak and vegetables.
Great.
It was so, and everyone's eating pasta and stuff like that and pizza, and their pizza's great. No, thank you.
Right. No, thank
Don't
you.
care. Don't care
Oh,
at all.
I try to explain this. I'm not
There's
going
no
to be
deprivation.
There's no deprivation. Oh my
No.
gosh, it's so true.
That's
And
all I
even how
can
you're
say for.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, because the years of starving yourself is
Oh my
deprivation.
God. And then you just gain. And like I said, at some point I just gave up. I was just
Yeah.
like, well, you know, I don't want to be miserable my whole life, you know?
Right.
But you know, always in the back of your head, you're always like,
Right. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so I do great. By the way, before this, I like to eat chicken liver. I actually love it. I love the flavor. Maybe it's because I don't know, maybe it's because I'm in Colombia. I haven't tried chicken liver in the States. So
probably the meat's a lot better than here.
oh my God, it's amazing. I do say I really like the Costco ground beef that I had in Clearwater. I like that. That's really good. But
We just barbecued some of that on 4th of July. But I buy
Yum.
grass-fed patties, you know, they're pre-done.
yeah, you just toss them on there.
Mhm.
So let's say maybe it was last June, July, or September. So like a year ago ish, my husband made me cow kidney, cow lung, and cow liver, and
Oh,
I
Lord.
ate it. And it didn't taste bad. I think prepared it good. It had some seasonings on it. I felt like Superman within an hour. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I feel amazing.
Yep.
So remembering that, I'm like, let me try this again. And tonight, so I had liver and kidney. I'm like, I can't eat it of cow, but I have chicken liver in the fridge. So that's great. Chicken liver, chicken hearts. I love it.
See, I can't do any of those. I bought
no?
the supplements, you know,
Yeah,
a really high quality one of the supplements.
Yeah.
I cannot take them. I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, it's a mental thing. I can't take them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know, I've heard stories like what you said when I was like doing carnivore.
Yeah. Like you
Yeah.
feel like amazing eating it. I feel very good eating chicken liver and I like the flavor of it. It doesn't bother me.
That's
So cow
awesome.
liver, I was like 2 bites and I'm like, I can't anymore. Actually 2 weeks ago, more or less, I did a video, right? Raw liver.
Oh.
I want to tell you, it tasted better than the cooked liver, but
I'm
my
sure.
body wouldn't let me swallow it. I had to
couldn't.
do it a couple times just to swallow it. I didn't feel sick. My daughter tried some also. She's 6. And she swallowed it and then she's like, no. I did it for only for a video, but surprisingly enough, that didn't taste as bad as the liver I cooked. So
Yeah.
there you go. It's not required. But I just like how I felt that time that I ate it and was hoping to get maybe that feeling back. I was talking to Christine about that this morning. Maybe it's just like, it's like layers. You're peeling off layers.
No,
And-
for sure.
Yeah.
And she's really in tune with her body. Amazing keto baker here in the Clearwater area.
yeah.
Called Claudia's Heavenly Keto Bakery. She's actually a personal friend. So I called Claudia up and I said, listen, this is for Emily's birthday. And she goes, send me the recipe. And I said, okay, here's the substitutions that I want. She
Yeah.
said, fine.
Yeah.
So she made the cake. It was great. I felt great afterwards. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I felt fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was made with almond flour, right? But we only
Okay.
do
Oh.
everything organic. No, it was
Okay.
fine.
Oh,
But
it's
one
fine.
slice,
Okay.
big deal.
Oh, okay.
Long story short, the cake that we made for 4th of July, another friend made it, couldn't find organic almond flour. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I was
No.
sick all day Friday,
Okay. Yep.
all day.
Yeah.
And Lily's chocolate chips. Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently, a friend of mine helped me research this out. Apparently, and you can find this on Google, in 2021, Lily's was sold, and guess who owns it? Hershey's.
Oh, I don't. Oh no. Oh
So,
no, they destroyed their product.
they destroyed the product. They put something in it. I don't remember there's an ingredient in there. A friend of mine helped me find it. And Nikita knew exactly what it was. She goes, oh my God, if anything gets in my food like that, I instantly get a headache. That's not what I had. I had more gastrointestinal problems.
Yeah.
And it was so weird. My body was dumping all of that Friday and then Saturday. I feel great today. My body got through it.
Yeah.
But, the almonds have all the oxalates and then the Roundup.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that was in the damn Lily's chips.
Oh man,
I'll never have that. And in the cake itself, we used an organic, really good, high quality cacao powder, right? So
also,
I won't.
I think chocolate has oxalates also. So I think it must have been like a.
Yeah, but I didn't have that.
Oh, with your. Interesting.
Mm-mm.
That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've had my own experience with trying to make Costco almond flour cookies, doing like something healthy keto, and the aftermath was terrible. No, that's funny that you said that. I didn't know that about Lily's, because when I was in the States, I brought a bag of Lily's chocolate home for my husband, and he said he felt terrible afterwards.
Oh, well, that's what it is. You know what? Yeah. Later, I'll message you the 2 ingredients. Plus, you're just consuming nothing but Roundup.
Yay!
I was muscle tested.
Oh no! Yeah. And it showed that it was Roundup.
Oh God, yeah. Because I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here? Because I usually don't have anything like that. And I had my left foot, which I used to have plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis for a long time. The only thing that got rid of it was Kangen water. We have a Kangen water machine, right? So
Okay.
Alkaline water.
Yeah.
And I had this big lump on my foot on Friday. I went and got a massage Friday.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's going on with your foot? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here. So much. It was inflammation. Yeah. But when I went and got muscle tested, I was telling my practitioner, and my practitioner's like, okay, tell me everything that's different. And I did. And those were the issues.
It's so awful. The food supply is such a problem. And I think that's why.
Not in Colombia, right?
No, it's much better. I mean, there is you do have like a Costco store here. I don't go there, but it's funny. I don't want to say things that are like a generality, but I did notice there's bigger people in Costco than you generally see, because you get the crap from the US. And they have the money to spend on the crap here, when if they didn't have the money, they can't spend the money on the crap. They have to buy. Oh man, my mother-in-law turned 71 yesterday.
Aw.
Yeah, she's very cute. She's like only a few gray hairs. She looks very young. I'll send you a picture afterwards. But
yeah, I want to see.
All her life, she lives on right now, we make her eat fish. We buy fish for her, so she will eat protein that she likes, but she eats rice, she eats beans. She's super skinny. That doesn't mean she's healthy. That doesn't mean obviously she's healthy, but she's 71 years old. Do you get what I'm saying? She's not like I see her another 30 years of life in her, at least.
100%.
Yeah. And which is great, because it's my daughter's best friend. So I'm happy about that. But
nothing like a good grandma.
Nothing like a good grandma. But the point is, she's thin. She has some issues, but it's not like terminal health issues. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, rice and beans there in South America. My husband's from South America. Brazil.
Oh, okay. So
we lived in Brazil for 5 years. Okay.
Oh, fun.
And that's their diet: rice, beans, and protein and vegetables.
Right. And it works for her, and it's how she eats. Yeah. And she likes fish, and she likes chicken, and we're okay. My husband and I, we want to make sure she eats enough good food. So we'll every time we go shopping, we bring her a big piece of salmon just to make sure, from our viewpoints, of what we feel is healthy and how it's helped us. The carnivore way. My husband's not perfectly carnivore, but he eats a lot of meat now. Yeah. And but he's not. Also, here's the thing: he's Colombian. He's been here most of his life. He's not fat or skinny. I mean, no, he's thin. He looks appropriate, like an appropriate human being. And I'm just trying to, reason I'm saying this is because the food in the US sucks so bad. And it can be so addictive. When I brought my kids there last year, I'm like, I'm going to stick to carnivore. I failed. I gained 15 pounds like that. And I've been working it off since then.
I understand.
And so I say that
I'm in the vacation mode,
oh man, it's terrible. Right.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation. You don't realize how fast you're just going to, the inflammation's going to come back, the problems are going to come back, and you're going to gain weight.
Yeah.
But what shocked me was my son. My son just got fat. He got fat in no time. Now, if you saw, I never want to show pictures of my kids, because I can't really do that on a YouTube channel. No, I can, but I have to I don't want to,
I wouldn't want to either.
Yeah. So I wish I could. Sometimes I share pictures, but it's not very often, but his face got swollen so fast. But we did eat crap. We were in vacation mode, but I was shocked. I wasn't shocked about me. I was shocked about how fat he got. And if you're in the States, I would have to be so strict, or else my kids would be obese.
Well, many kids are. It's a very hard battle as a parent.
Right.
Our son is 13 and a half, and it's very hard because the kids, he hangs around with some older kids, and they eat terrible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
lots of processed foods. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I'm the weird mom.
Sure, of course. At least I'm not
hat, granola, Yeah, I get all of that. I'm like, I don't care. You know, I taught middle school. I can handle it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's something I've reconciled myself. You know,
Yeah.
just because somebody is skinny does not make them healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Every one of his
Exactly.
friends is skinny.
Right.
Everyone.
Oh, your son's not.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
is that, but he's healthy.
Yes. Well, if you're overweight, you're not healthy. So I
Oh
think,
yeah. Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
saying I don't know, but like it's very tough for me because
Sure.
you look at these other, you know, as a kid, you're looking at somebody who's skinny and they eat like from the gas station, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. It's
Hmm.
hard. I mean, we have to give them their own self-determinism also and like
Yeah,
educate them the best we can because they got to make their own food choices in the end.
true. And
Yeah.
you enforce, which I know I did.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake. I made a lot of
Okay.
mistakes, you know? So whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, we're halfway in the middle now. Better, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
And wants everything delivered, you know, from Uber Eats and DoorDash. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I understand. At least I'm in the mountains and we can't do that.
Well, it's such a different lifestyle. You know, we lived in South America. It's such a different lifestyle.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
food
it's
quality is so much
totally.
better. We've been in Europe, you know, we were in Ireland a number of years ago,
Yeah.
and it's just so different. There's nothing like, oh, organic because it's all, you know, better quality food.
Right.
It's
It
all
really
grass
is.
fed. I know.
Yeah. I mean, like I showed a photo. I love eggs. And I showed a photo
Me too.
of yay, of just some eggs that I buy cheap at the store and the yolk is so orange.
I know.
And then I went to the States and I bought some cheap eggs. I'm like, oh my God, I don't
Oh,
even
you
want to
can't
eat
buy
this.
cheap eggs here. No. Mm-mm.
No, I'm like, I can't even eat this. And then you buy the expensive eggs. I'm like, this is just an unfair situation over there. Like, because I buy
I
the
have a
cheap
lot of
eggs.
hacks though.
Oh,
I
you
have a
do?
lot of
Okay.
hacks in this area. Yes. For anybody who's watching from the Clearwater area, if
Is it
you
also
go
Tampa? Does it expand out
the
to like
whole
Tampa?
Tampa Bay area, but
Okay.
specifically the Walmart that is in
Hmm.
Dunedin, that's on Main Street, right before Highway 19. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Half of the stuff I buy there, at least over half, is the same stuff I was buying at Whole Foods for 2, 3, and more less, and Publix.
Oh. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
and the eggs, I get good eggs. I don't drink milk,
Okay.
but my family does. Okay, my
Okay.
mom drinks milk, and the good butter. You
Okay.
know, I can buy all that.